Hey, I'm JHAMEEL. I'm a YouTube pop star.
Are you coming back to me? It's a disaster feed.
I was 19 when I first started. I actually did not think about record companies at first. That was a few years ago, and the music industry was even more of a confusing hellhole than it is now. Now I feel like people are starting to figure out the internet, free streaming, free downloads and stuff like that. But back then, I was one of the only artists putting out my entire album completely free, doing my own PayPal store, producing my own videos. I'd like to say I was doing all this from the very beginning. I grew up in Minnesota. My father was a famous violinist. He was a prodigy, so people sort of ran his life as a child. My parents actually discouraged me from playing too much music. They felt like that was a part of their lives that wasn't super positive, which ironically made it way more enticing for me to play music. My dad always pushed the military on me. He got me to learn Arabic. For any Arabic speakers out there. It's actually not very useful in my everyday life, except for getting free falafels. The whole path was you're gonna be in the military and that's gonna be your career. I had very different values then, and I just had no idea what I was getting myself into. They basically try to brainwash you, and I always thought that was sort of a myth, but they really do. They don't let you sleep very much. They verbally abuse you all the time. I have no choice. I have no ethical choice. I had to get out of it.
I can't take it anymore, so shut up, 'cause I'm about to make you beg for more than just love.
After the military, I sort of got like a emotional, ethical shock. I became sort of a hippie for a while. I wrote my first album, became a musician, and now I'm a YouTube guy. I knew to go down the independent path because of, I just thought about it for a second. It was out of necessity. Like, nobody's gonna pay for my music if they don't know me, but I would download a free album from an artist I don't know just to check it out. And then that turned into actual sales because people wanted to support. That turned into an internet fan base, and that turned into just organic growth throughout time. The generosity of fans is huge. We have private Skype performances that people pay for, and a lot of donations. Really fortunate to have the fan base that I do. We have a 3-person team. We all met at UC Berkeley in college. Ryan's the manager. He's brilliant with business. He also works at Interscope. Casper directs and edits the videos. He also helps manage my social media and basically all the visual media that we do. And I do the music, the social networking, and a little bit of everything. We're a band together. We just basically started ground up. It was almost like a startup, if that makes sense. And we're just analyzing our environment. We basically had an offer from Atlantic to bring me up as a top 40 artist. There's a big decision on our team, but we had to turn that down because we want our creative control. We want to say our message, and we don't want to come up like an employee at a record label. If the internet wasn't here, I'd be at a label, working my way up and sucking up to whoever's in charge of me. With the internet, it's freedom, it's independence. I'm as good as I want me to be. Besides the art, besides the music or the movies or whatever you're making, the most important thing is your fans, and taking the time to not think you're too important for them ever. Making sure everybody feels like they have a personal connection with you. That's very important to people because I don't want to give my money to a stranger. I don't even want to give my money to like Rihanna or Eminem. But if she answers like one of my tweets or something, it's like, oh, well I kind of know this person now, you know? What I'm trying to get out there to, especially to the young people, is like those moments when you're confused, when you don't know who you are, when you don't know why things are happening to you. Those are the moments that make you strong, that make you wise, and that make you like actually a genuinely cool person, if that makes sense. I'm super stoked about the existence of Total Disruption. I nerd out about stuff like this all the time, and I'm so glad that it's being packaged into something that people could learn about, understand, and people who already know about it could enjoy and make community together. This is amazing. This is exactly what I want to happen in this day and age.